I'm Dylan Somerville, and I'm here to tell you about something that's been on my mind ever since watching The Phantom Menace. I have not been the biggest Star Wars fan, and I don't think I'll ever will be, but I do like Star Wars. And I have not seen every single movie in order. I have seen possibly every single movie at one point in another, but I actually have not fully seen the entire series. So, a few weeks ago, I watched The Phantom Menace, and it struck me as odd. It's called The Phantom Menace because one of the main characters is the Phantom Menace. But maybe there's another Phantom Menace. I mean, there's Anakin Skywalker, who's the obvious Phantom Menace, because he turns out to be Darth Vader. But who turns him into Darth Vader? Now, that is the real Phantom Menace. In Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, there are two Phantom Menaces, in fact. Anakin Skywalker, who turns into Darth Vader, and Emperor Palpatine, who, as we all know, stays as Emperor Palpatine. Now, there's obviously spoilers, even though most people have watched The Phantom Menace, Star Wars 1, The Phantom Menace, because it's been out for so long. I don't think spoilers is a big problem. So, let's get into it. First of all, we need to know what a Phantom Menace is. A Phantom Menace is based off of two words, phantom and menace. Phantom being something that you can't see or is not exactly straightforward. Like, if you're walking down the street and someone calls your name but you don't know where it came from, they are a phantom. Sort of like that. And then menace is someone who does evil. So, the thing that I would like to point out to you is that it's Anakin Skywalker who's there. But Darth Vader isn't. So how's Anakin Skywalker the Phantom Menace? I would like to also reference Obi-Wan's line. Anakin Skywalker, no, Darth Vader killed your father. So, in fact, Darth Vader actually took over Anakin. That's exactly how Obi-Wan, or not exactly how Obi-Wan describes it, but that's how my interpretation is. Darth Vader kills Anakin Skywalker because he's basically an entirely different person. So, in fact, Anakin Skywalker isn't the Phantom Menace. Anakin is just corrupted by Darth Vader. He's not a Phantom Menace, but in fact, he is a corrupted menace because he redeems himself and becomes Anakin again. That's kind of the whole reflection on, like, take my mask off so I can see you one last time before I die. And then that's him sort of like coming out from Darth Vader, becoming Anakin again. And I just find this is so symbolic, like how Anakin is coming back from the dead. And like that just proves how Anakin isn't the Phantom Menace. Because if he was the Phantom Menace, then it wouldn't be called Darth Vader, he would be Anakin Skywalker. So that brings me to my second point, how Emperor Palpatine is in fact the real Phantom Menace. Because the Phantom Menace, as I pointed out, is not Anakin Skywalker, but if it was, it would have been Darth Vader. But Emperor Palpatine also plays a big role. We soon find out that Emperor Palpatine is actually, in fact, Darth Maul's master. Yes, Darth Maul isn't in fact a Sith Lord, but he is basically the I'm blanking on the word. It's his right-hand man, kind of. It's basically a student, yeah. And so Emperor Palpatine, we all know him as being the Emperor of all the universe, but he's also introduced in that one. We are introduced to a lot of characters like C-3PO, R2-D2, even though A New Hope was the first Star Wars movie to come out, Episode 3. Episode 1 kind of reintroduces them, shows us how they came to be important. Like, we also learn about where Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia came from Anakin Skywalker and Queen Amidala. So one person who does stand out is the Emperor, because the Emperor actually, he's basically the reason why the Jedi almost go extinct. He enhances Operation 626, making all of the clones go against the Jedi, killing basically every single Jedi in existence. And then it's not the Sith that are going extinct, but the Jedi. And that is why I believe that Emperor Palpatine is in fact the Phantom Menace. He is the Phantom Menace in two ways. One, he's a Phantom Menace to the Jedi, who the Jedi believe are on their side, and he's the Phantom Menace to the viewers, because, in fact, he is hiding in the background, while Anakin Skywalker is the one that everyone thinks is the Phantom Menace. So he is a Phantom to what people think is a Phantom Menace. To wrap it all up, I think that Emperor Palpatine, his knowledge of basically, or our knowledge of him, when we look back at the first movie, we see the Emperor, but we know that he is eventually going to turn to the dark side, but we don't know when. Emperor Palpatine, we know he's going to be the Emperor, but we don't know that Anakin will be Darth Vader. That last part didn't make much sense. I hope you stuck through to the end, so hopefully I convinced you that Anakin Skywalker isn't the Phantom Menace. If it was, it would have been Darth Vader, but since Darth Vader isn't in the Phantom Menace, the only other candidate it could be was Emperor Palpatine, because Emperor Palpatine was a menace. He looked like he was going to be on the good side, but turned out to be on the bad side, and he's basically a double Phantom. A Phantom Menace. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and watch some of my other videos. Sorry. I've done a lot of videos without my face, and I think that not sure how people might take it. Like, do you like my face? Or do you like watching Dylan Somerville on Minecraft? I heard that people like my skin, and I'm gonna keep it. Maybe make a few adjustments like around Christmas or Halloween, but I'm going on to another topic. Remember, Emperor Palpatine is the true Phantom Menace.